All right, let's dig right into a question that I think every gardener has asked themselves at some point. You've got these seedlings popping up, but are they just growing nice and tall, or are they leggy? Is something wrong? We're going to figure it out. You know that feeling, right? You look at your brand new seedlings, the ones you've been so excited about, and you just think, huh, are you supposed to look like that? Don't worry, you are definitely not alone. Figuring out if a seedling is just tall or if it's leggy is a classic gardener's puzzle. So first, let's really paint the picture here. What does this struggle actually look like? So you've done everything by the book, right? You got the soil just right, planted the seeds with care, you've been watering them, and then you see it. These long, kind of thin, almost stretched out looking stems reaching for the sky. It's a little worrying, isn't it? Are they doing okay, or are they asking for help? This brings us right to the heart of it. We've got to figure out the difference between a seedling that's just growing tall and one that's genuinely leggy. So let's lock in this term, leggy. It's not really about height, it's about health. It's what happens when a seedling is desperately stretching itself thin, trying to find more light. And that stretch results in these weak, frail stems that probably won't be able to support the plant later on. Now check this out, because this is a huge clue. On one side, you have our stretchy zinnia seedlings with those long, thin stems. But right next to them, in the exact same soil, getting the same water, you have basil and celosia seedlings that look totally sturdy, totally happy. This comparison, this difference, is our aha moment. So if the other plants are doing just fine, what's the deal with the zinnias? Well, it all boils down to one single, simple need. Turns out, zinnias are absolute sun worshippers. They don't just like sun, they crave it. They need that full, direct sunlight. So that whole stretchy appearance, it's not just the plant getting taller, it's a desperate reach for the one thing it needs more than anything else. And we're not just talking about a little bit of ambient light from a nearby window. No way. Zinnias need a solid 6 to 8 hours of direct, unfiltered sunlight every single day. If they get anything less than that, they start to stretch. But here's the great news. If you've spotted this happening in your own garden, it's not a death sentence for your plant. There is a really straightforward fix that'll help your little seedling get strong again. Timing, though, is everything. The signal you're looking for is the appearance of the true leaves. You see, those first two little leaves that pop up, they're kind of like starter leaves. But once that next set shows up, the ones that actually start to look like a tiny zinnia leaf, that's your green light. That's when you know it's time to act. And the solution itself is just a simple 1-2 punch. First, you gently transplant those leggy seedlings into their own individual pots. Give them some personal space. And second, this is the crucial part. Move those pots to the absolute sunniest pot you can find, a place where they can just soak up those 6 to 8 hours of direct sun they've been begging for. And just like that, by understanding what the plant needed and actually listening to its signals, you're putting it on the path to success. So here's the real takeaway. What looked like a flaw, what maybe even looked like a failure on your part, was really just communication. The zinnia wasn't failing. It was telling you, loud and clear, exactly what it needed. And learning to read those signals, to understand that different plants have different needs, that's the real secret to gardening. Which kinda leaves us with one final thought. That leggy zinnia was sending a really clear signal about light. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other signals are your plants sending you right now? Makes you look at things a little differently.